The Seahawks, or now a former Seahawk, the Commanders, according to Tom Pelissero, are signing former Seahawks linebacker Cody Barton to a one-year fully guaranteed deal per source.
Wow.
Are you okay?
How much?
Doesn't say. I don't see any. It just says
Why
one.
are you looking at me, Lefko?
It's a tough day
staring
for
at
you.
I
I feel
mean,
bad.
It's the relationship really just hit the rocks, hit the skids. He didn't live up to your expectations as a father, and it just is.
Just disappointed in him.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at you, Cody. I'm just disappointed, is what you said to him, and he took his ball and decided to go play elsewhere. So Cody Barton, now a member of the Washington Commanders, one-year deal. And I'm seeing a bunch of tweets echoing the same thing. I don't see any details.
First of all, I thought he's a great kid. But I feel the same way about Jordan Brooks. I mean, they're both great kids. It's just that, Cody, I saw so much potential in him when he was sitting behind, and he played so well in that 4-3. I mean, there were times where I think a lot of people thought that he wasn't very smooth, that he was clunky, and I can kind of see that a little bit. And then I'll make the excuse that last year a lot of times, and KJ put this exactly right, that there was lots of times that everybody else was sort of waiting for a block to develop as far as linebackers go, and Jordan Brooks would just run through it. Now, it wasn't pretty all the time, and there were times where he had to make tackles 3, 4, 5 yards downfield. But he didn't get caught up in the wash. Cody got caught up in the wash. There was a lot of stuff that just didn't make sense to him. And then, I mean, if you go back and look at that T.J. Hawkinson tackle that he missed in Detroit, it was really bad, really bad. And, and Lofa pointed out something that I didn't even notice, but he could have had an interception. I mean, he was in his head. I mean, I feel like, but I don't know what caused like the bad tackle with T.J. Hawkinson. I mean, that was just,
that wasn't a scheme thing.
not at all. It was way downfield, same thing. But then, he goes through a streak where he picks off Tom Brady, he picks off Stafford. He's playing pretty well, and he kind of went the way of that defense went. But I'll be very curious to see how he plays, because now he's going to have those big guys in front of him. Deron Payne being
Watch
one
him
of
turn
them.
into a Pro Bowler. You're going to go, see? I told you.
I'm not. I'm not. Not like the idiots that texted in and goes, Wyman, he sucks. You were terrible.
Well, they're checking in right now. It says, the Barton era is over. Somebody says, Seth in Fresno, wow. Sorry to hear, Dave. Sending my condolences. 360, goodbye. Don't let the door hit you in the butt. Another 206, my condolences, Dave. Breaking up is hard to do.
Oh, boy.
So,
well, and the other day I was sort of reminiscing about the time when I was possibly in 2004 going to be a scout, and people were going to say, people were saying, oh, maybe you could be a GM by now, and then somebody said something about the Cody Barton thing, and that's why Wyman wouldn't be a GM or something like that. But yeah, he does have the ability, and look, during that time, don't take it from me. Other people that are really good at analyzing players for the Seahawks thought he was a starter in the NFL on almost every NFL team. So
obviously Washington has interest in him.
Yeah, they liked him.
It's not a huge commitment in terms of length. Again, we don't know what, to this point, I haven't seen any of the financial terms of the deal. It just says one-year deal, fully guaranteed, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine it's for a ton of money. But he's getting a shot to show this is a prove-it year for him. That's a prove-it deal. He goes to a defense which on the surface looks like it suits him better, especially with what they have up front. Whereas now this was already a thin, struggling defense. And whether you like the players or not, it's getting thinner. Whether you like Shelby Harris or not, he's not going to be there. Whether you like Cody or not, he's not going to be there. It doesn't appear Puna's going to be there.
We're not sure about Jordan Brooks.
We don't know if he's going to be healthy or not. I mean, there's a lot of question marks on this defense, at least in the way of personnel. And again, they have a plan. What it is, we're not entirely sure. How do they fill all? That's multiple spots. They can't all be occupied by rookies. So I'm very curious to see how they do it. And 509 wants to know who gets the dog.